We're talking about College the Musical with playwrights Drew Fornarola and Scott Elmegreen. And Drew and Scott, I'm glad you're back to continue our discussion.
Thank you.
It's a great show. But tell us a little more, what influenced you to come together with College the Musical? I mean, what other composers or other performers that you have been aware of?
Yeah, when you go to write a musical, you're looking for a stylized way to get at what's at the soul of the characters. You're looking for a style of music and a way of telling a story that helps you get to the soul of the characters. So for a show about college, we thought that a rock score, a pop rock kind of score, would be the right way to go. But the score is also inflected with gospel and classical music and all these other styles.
All so blended together.
That's a sense of sort of where we were going, what we were aiming for.
Right, and tucked within that framework are many themes.
That's right.
That come out layer by layer. What are some of those, Scott?
Well, this show is really a show about being on the cusp of something really amazing and important. And for the characters, that might be something as small as a test, or something a little bigger like a relationship beginning or ending, or it might be something huge like graduation and going off into the real world.
Right. And so bit by bit our characters sort of evolve through that. But in these life situations, it really comes down to a way that all of the audience can relate. How do you see that evolving?
That's right. It was really important to us in writing the show that while the show is about a very specific generation, a very specific group of people, college students today, that the show be accessible to a general audience, whether you're in college now or, you know,
remembering back,
18 or 88 or about to go, or, you know.
Right. There's something that's going to appeal to each of us, a life situation, Scott.
That's right. And all of us are going through these momentous occasions all the time, whether it's a marriage or a new job or a child being born or a child going off to college. Everybody can kind of relate to these characters and the fear and anxiety, but also the excitement and humor behind the situation.
Right. That's so much a part of life. And within these 12 ensemble actors, they're always communicating and connecting, which is a part of life.
That's right.
And how does that evolve? Because that is an element of the show.
Yeah, at the beginning of the show, there's a lot of missed connections. The characters are having fun. They might be at a party or hanging out together or studying for a test. But they're learning about each other, and they don't always see eye to eye on something. They're not always on the same page. But as the show progresses, we see the characters kind of come together, and the relationships form, and the characters help each other through.
Right, understand each other.
Exactly.
Just like we hope continues in all of our lives.
Right.
And what about the role of Officer Agnes? How does she fit in, Drew?
Well, Officer Agnes is she's the only non-college student in the show.
In the show.
And she gives us a wonderful opportunity to provide a different perspective on the situation. Because when we're in the room in the show, we're seeing the room through the eyes of the students. When we go out to Agnes, we have the opportunity to look at it from the perspective of another generation. And it really opens up the themes we can explore in that way.
Right, gives you her point of view also.
Right. Yes.
And overall, the tone of the show, how would you define that, Scott?
Well, I think it's a fun show, and I think it's a hopeful show. Because it is about a very hopeful time in your life. You're learning new things, you're trying things, you're just having a great time with it, and you come out ready to face the world and solve what needs to be solving and do what needs doing, and that's where these characters are.
And there's hope too on our side. We want to see the next generation, the next generation, the next generation succeed. That's what makes this community and everybody's community positive and move forward.
There's a lot riding on the success of the students that are in college right now. You know, we're faced with a lot of things in the world from
complex situations.
That's right. So there's a lot riding on how it turns out for us, I guess.
Yeah.
And for the two of you, Scott and Drew, College the Musical, only the beginning. Where do you see things going from here? I mean, you may not be able to say about this show.
Well, we certainly look forward to continuing to work on college and continuing to explore new development opportunities and productions of it. We would love to work on it as long as the world wants to see it.
To collaborate again and move forward.
Yes, certainly.
Well, we look forward to this production, College the Musical, and the future for both of you, which I know will be very bright.
Thank you.
Thanks very
Thank
much.
you, and congratulations.
Thank you.
College the Musical,
College the
opening
Musical.
soon. And thank you to all my guests. I hope I will see you at College the Musical at the Hippodrome Theater. Don't miss it. I'm glad you tuned in, and I hope you'll join us next week. Take care.